Hello all, my name is Keras and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, in this specific video, we are going to fine tune Gemma model in Keras using the LoRA technique. Already, if you have seen my fine tuning playlist, I've created a lot of videos. How does fine tuning happen? What is LoRA? What is CLoRA? What is quantization? And many more things. So in this particular video, we are going to fine tune the Gemma model. And again, remember guys, Gemma, if you don't know, it is a completely open source model that has been provided by Google. And we'll try to see that how we can actually, fine tune our LLM models with respect to this, with our own custom data. So here, what all things we are going to use, everything step by step, we'll go ahead and do it. Okay. Now, first of all, you need to complete the setup instruction at Gemma setup. So if you probably click over here, you can probably watch this entire, you can see this entire, the documentation that is specifically given. The first thing that you specifically required is an API key. So first of all, go to aistudio.google.com and then click on get API key. Right. And if you don't know guys, you also have now access of Google Gemini 1.5 Pro, which you can probably access it. Right. And then over here, after going to this particular page, you need to click on create API key. Right. Once you specifically create API key, you will be just allowed to give the name, select the project, give the name, and automatically you'll be able to get an API key over here. Copy that API key. My API key is already, I've created it, so I'll be specifically using that. Right. So you have to just go to aistudio.google.com. Okay. So this is the website that you will specifically go to. Okay. Then you need to go to kaggle.com and specifically get the access. Right. So you need to get the access of this, the Gemma setup itself, right? So if you go ahead and write Kaggle Gemma, right? Access, right? If you just go ahead and write it over here, you can see that Gemma will be there. So you have to go to this particular page, log in into it, and here you'll be seeing you have consented the license to license for Gemma. First of all, if you have not consented it, here they'll be asking you an option of request the access. So once you need to click the request the access, and once you go ahead and select all the terms and conditions, you will be able to get the license agreement, right? So then you'll be able to get the license consent, and then you'll be able to use it. Okay. So that is the first thing. And right now, all these models are available over here with both, and it can run on JAX, TensorFlow, and PyTorch. Okay. So this is the next step that you really need to do, right? And then go ahead and configure it. I'm already using a paid Google Colab Pro account. So for me, I definitely require a lot of RAM because I really need to show you a good fine tuning technique. Okay. So quickly, let's go ahead and configure it. As I said, once you probably go ahead and create your API key, go to this particular secret key, and then you need to write over here as Kaggle key along with the API key. Otherwise, you can also go ahead and write Google API key, right? So I will just enable it so that I'll be able to use it over here. Okay. So this is the Google API key that I require. And if you really want to access it from the Kaggle itself, you need to probably select this too. Okay. So once it is done, and if you want Hugging Face token also, if you want to use it, you have to create it, right? So all these things is selected. Now what I'm actually going to do is that import OS, and how to, okay, one more thing that you will specifically require is Kaggle key and username. How do you create it? So you have to probably go to this particular settings button, right? If you go ahead and click on settings, right? Once you go ahead and click on settings, I think somewhere the API will be there. So you can go ahead and create a new token, right? So once you create a new token, you'll be getting two important keys. One is Kaggle key and one is Kaggle username. So you have to set it up. So once you probably click on token, generating a node token will automatically expire the previous one. So I'll not do that because I've already done it. So once you do that, JSON file will get downloaded, and there you'll be getting two keys. One key is the Kaggle key and one key is the Kaggle username. So you have to make sure that you have to set all this up over here, okay, before you start this particular project. Then we will go ahead and select all the, we'll go ahead and set up all the environment over here. One is the Kaggle username and one is the Kaggle key. So I will go ahead and execute this. Once this is basically getting executed, the next step is that we will go ahead and install KerasNLP. And I think this is the first kind of videos where I've specifically uploaded how you can fine tune Gemma models in Keras using LoRA. Okay. So Keras is also having this specific feature. So first of all, I will go ahead and install KerasNLP and Keras greater than or equal to 3. So once the installation will specifically take place, because we are going to use Keras to do the entire fine tuning. Okay. So this is going to take some amount of time. Then we can go ahead and select the backend. You can use JAX, Torch, TensorFlow. So it already provides all these specific features, right? So in the environment, I will be selecting Keras backend as JAX, right? JAX, the best thing is that our again, it's just like TensorFlow and Torch, but again, it is a completely open source. You can also use this specific thing. Okay, so till the installation is taking place, then we are going to avoid memory fragmentation on the JAX backend. So we are going to set this XLA Python client memory fraction. Okay, so here we will be setting it to 1.00. So this is the initial environment that we really need to select. Okay, so you are now connected to GPU runtime but not utilizing the GPU. Don't worry, we will be utilizing, because I need to probably do the entire fine tuning with the help of GPU. Okay, so initially Kaggle username, Kaggle key, then install all the Keras libraries that is specifically required, and then you select the backend that is called as JAX. Okay, so here we are getting some error. I think it is a conflict, but no worries. I think it is working fine. Then we'll go ahead and execute this, where we are selecting the backend in this. Okay, now let's go ahead and import Keras and NLP. Okay, KerasNLP. Okay, here to fine tuning the Gemma model, right? What we need to do is that we need to set up our data set in the form of JSON file. Okay, where you'll be able to see this. I will just go ahead and click this particular link, and here you will be able to see this. Okay, how the data will specifically look like. So this data is specifically present in Hugging Face. If you go ahead and open it, okay, so I think I will go ahead and open it. Okay, so here let's see whether I'll be able to read the JSON format. Okay, so JSON format, I will just try to load it over here. Okay, JSON lines, JSON, I think here you'll be able to find out how you can load it. Okay, whether it is asking me to drop it over here, let's see. I can drop it or what? Okay, so this is how the file looks like. Here you can see there is a JSON file has two important things. One is instruction. See, I will just zoom out a little bit. So here you have something like instruction, then you have something like context. So in this, you specifically have one is instruction, one is context. Instruction is what is the question, and context is basically what is the answer. So if you probably see all the inputs and outputs are specifically in this particular structure, right? Because I'm going to use this structure itself, and for Gemma also, for even for OpenAI, you definitely require in the form of this JSON file, right? JSON, right? So where you have two important information, instruction, and then you have context. So based on this, you can also create your own file. Since I'm showing you a fine tuning technique, so I will be downloading this dolly 15k.json. So here you have 15,000 records with respect to this. As soon as this file will get downloaded, you will be able to see over here. Okay, so here you can see dolly Databricks dolly 15k JSON. Again, it is an open source data set. Just to show it to you, you can definitely use it. Now the next thing over here, you'll be able to see that the code that we are specifically writing, import JSON data, and then we are opening this JSON file, then we are loading all the JSON file into JSON itself, then we are reading the context. If the feature context does not exist, we'll continue. Otherwise, we'll create this kind of template, right? Where my instruction will have the instruction data and response will have the response data. Okay, and then we are going to append it inside this particular list of data. Okay, once we do this, this is what my first top 1000 data looks like. And here you can see that it is read it, and here you'll be able to see this is my entire data with respect to the top 1000. Okay, so we are going to just use the top 1000 data, and the format that we specifically want is basically written over here in this format, that is instruction with instruction, response with response. Okay, whatever content is present in that JSON file. Then it's time that we will be loading the model of Gemma. So here we can write keras_nlp.models.gemma casual LM from preset. And there are two types of model. One is Gemma 2 billion parameters and one is Gemma 7 billion parameters. How I'm saying it? So if you go over here, if you go down, okay. So here we have the excess of Gemma 2 billion. Yes, 2 billion parameters. 7 billion also, if you go and search for Hugging Face, this one you'll be able to see. And this is what is the performance metrics looks like. Okay. So here you can go ahead and execute this, and this will load the model from the Kaggle itself. And then it will be loading into our colab notebook. All the models are basically getting loaded. All the weights are specifically getting loaded. And you can create this model. I will also show you till the inferencing part. Each and every thing will be shown over here. And once it specifically gets loaded, you'll be also able to see the entire, how that entire model is basically created, how many layers it has, how many parameters it has. And obviously we can see 2 billion parameters, but just by downloading it, once we download this entire thing in our Colab notebook, here you can see we have this tokenizer called as Gemma tokenizer, along with this padding, mask layer, in token ID, everything is given over here. And here the total number of parameters are somewhere around 2.5 billions, and it is 9.34 GB. One thing you have to take care, guys, if you really want to run this, you really need to have a paid Google Colab Pro account. Okay. Then let's go and see this. And this is just the model. I've still not fine-tuned it. So without fine-tuning, we will run this. Okay. So we will create template.format, and the instruction will be, what should I do on a trip to Europe? Okay. I'm just asking a generic question to a Gemma model, and response is completely empty. Then we take the same Keras_NLP. So here you can see Keras_NLP dot sampler, top K sampler, K is equal to 5. So I'm saying that try to provide me 5 results out of there. And whatever Gemma_LM I have actually done, we are going to compile with this particular sampler. Okay. So once we compile it, then we can use this Gemma_LM to generate the prompt, and it is probably going to give me some 5 responses. So if you probably go ahead and see this. So if you're following my LangChain playlist on all the fine-tuning playlist, you will definitely be able to understand how things are going over here, right? So once I execute it, I will be able to see the prompt definitely over here. But just understand what are the steps. Initially, we create the prompt, then we create a sampler. Okay. This sampler will basically say that how much top 5 results we want, and then we are going to compile with this sampler, and then we are going to generate. Okay. So here you can say the response is easy. You should just need to follow the steps. So and so, what are the benefits of travel agency? How do I choose? So 5 different records will be probably over here along with the response. Okay. But still we have not fine-tuned it with our data set. So one more example is over here, explain the process of photosynthesis in a way that child could understand. And here again, we are using Gemma_LM dot generate, and we have already created the sampler. So here we'll be able to see the entire response with respect to the question that we have given, and understand multiple response will be able to get it. So explain the process of photosynthesis in a way that a child could understand. So here you can see all the responses are there. Chlorophyll is a green pigment. Explain how plant absorbs, plant captures sunlight energy through the leaves and use it. Okay. So all these things are definitely there, but the main thing is with respect to the fine tuning. Now LoRA fine tuning, I hope you know about the mathematical intuition. If you have not known, you are very late, because I have already uploaded a video in my playlist, right? How does LoRA work, LoRA works and all. That is a prerequisite that if definitely you need to know. Okay. So this tutorial uses a LoRA of rank 4. What is rank? What is the importance of rank? Everything I've actually included. Okay. So here we are going to enable LoRA with rank is equal to 4. And now if you go ahead and see the summary. Okay. So enable LoRA for the model and set the rank to 4. So here you can see the parameters, trainable parameters becomes less when compared to the all the parameters over here. So hardly 1 million parameters are there, from billion to million, right? So that many number of trainable parameters, only 5.20 MB. And then note that enabling LoRA reduces the number of training parameters significantly from 2 billion to 1.3 million. Okay. Then we are going to set the input sequence length to 512. Okay. Again, you can change it to 1024 also. We are going to select the optimizer called as AdamW. Okay. In Keras, it is already there. So Keras optimizer.AdamW learning rate is so 0.0005, weight decay is 0.01. Okay. This is how we basically set optimizers in Keras. And then we are also going to exclude from weight decay, exclude lay norm and bias terms for decay. So here we are going to set this up. And then finally we are going to compile with this specific loss, that is sparse categorical cross entropy. Again, since it is a multi-class classification, I'm basically using form log it's equal to true. Then you have optimizers, then you have weighted parametrics, again over there sparse categorical accuracy is given, and then we do the fit of the entire data with epoch is equal to 1 and batch size is equal to 1. So this is probably going to take, if you are doing it in the paid Colab, it is going to take somewhere around 10 to 15 seconds. You can also do along with my execution. Okay, it is probably going to start, and again it is going to take around 10 to 15 minutes. So we will wait till this entire processing will start, but we'll wait at least till the first epoch should get started, and it is going to, based on the 1000 data points, I think it is going to take 1000 epochs. Okay, because batch size is only 1, because we are going to send the sentence for every sentence. We are going to do the forward and backward propagation with the help of AdamW optimizers. So yes, let's wait. and I think it should start. Now it has started. It is hardly going to take somewhere around 9 minutes 17 seconds. So we'll wait till this particular things is getting executed, and then once it probably takes, okay, it shows 1 hour, okay, but I think it will hardly take 15 to 20 minutes, okay, 15 to 20 minutes. So here you'll be able to see as you keep on going, the loss is also getting decreased. The sparse categorical accuracy will also keep on increasing. Okay, so we'll wait till this particular happens. Again, you can increase the number of epochs to get a more accurate model. Okay, so let's wait till this particular entire training happens, and then we are going to see the inferencing part. Thank you. So guys, finally the fine tuning is done, and here hardly it took around 10 minutes, 10 to 11 minutes. Okay, so here you can probably see all the fine tuning accuracy. If you increase the number of epochs, so definitely this accuracy will keep on increasing. But let's check whether it is working perfectly fine. We'll also try to understand how to specifically do the inferencing. So here you'll be able to see now I'm giving the same question, what should I do on a trip to Europe? Now it will be able to give the response based on the data set. Okay, so here you can see the previous response was something like this. Yeah, it's easy. You just need to follow the steps. First, you must book a trip with a travel agency and all. But now you think like it'll be a different response altogether based on the data set we have. Again, over here, same thing, sampler Gemma_LM.compile, and then we are going to generate the same thing, right? So now let's go ahead and see the response after the fine tuning, how the response looks like. Okay. So yes, I think we should be able to get the response now in just some seconds. And similarly, the same other example also we'll try to see, explain the process of photosynthesis in a way child could understand. So here you can see now the response is completely different. The first thing is to get a passport and visa, and then plan what to do. If you're traveling to Europe, I have recommended starting out in Paris, France. Paris is a great city to start out because it's the largest city in France and has tons of things to do and all. Everything is you'll be able to see over here, right? Now, similarly, with respect to the photosynthesis, so many different kind of answers you saw over there. But now you'll be able to see that how quickly you are able to get a quick response, and you'll be able to get a better response, after the fine tuning. The same thing you really need to do. Anyhow, I will be giving you the entire materials. Just go ahead and execute it. Just the prerequisite is that you really need to understand about the fine tuning techniques. I will be putting the fine tuning playlist in the description of this particular video. So here you can see explain the process of photosynthesis in a way that child could understand. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants and some other photosynthetic organisms use light from the sun as a source of energy, so and so all the information is given, right? So you can also increase the size of the fine tuning data set, train for more steps, setting up a higher LoRa rank to increase the performance of these models, modify the hyperparameters such as learning rate and weight decay. But I hope you have understood how you can probably fine tuning a Gemma model using, and what we have done using Keras, and again the technique was used LoRA. So I hope you like this particular video. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you and all. Take care. Bye bye.